What's up, everyone? It's Nate here from Truly Daebak with another unboxing. Oh, wait, never mind. It's not an unboxing, 'cause that's the only intro
they gotta click off the video immediately. It's like,
no,
wait a
yeah,
second.
nobody watches unboxings. This is
2 hour
really
unboxing. What the hell?
No, so, as you can see, there's only two of us. So I'm taking up hosting duties today, because I think this is actually the first time I've ever hosted Truly Daebak. So yeah, this is a weekly podcast where 2, sometimes 3, sometimes 4 people gather around this computer and other computers. That's a kind of funny reference. To talk about K-pop and other K-pop industry things and just Korean music and Korean culture. So yeah, this is episode 90. And I am joined by Andrew, who normally has 3 things. Oh, that's Jacob's weird. Obviously not here.
Yeah, it's weird doing this first. All right, I kind of have like 3.5 things. Well, number 1, because of a certain Nathan Swisher, I have been dragged kicking and screaming back into the world of Magic the Gathering. And I attended my first pre-release in like 2 years. It was actually pretty fun. It was actually really worth it because I got this baby, which is... Yep. I still can't sell on eBay because people are just like, oh, $40. I'm just like, oh my god, it started off at like 100, like literally like 48 hours ago.
It'll probably take 40 though. It's probably not gonna. It's gonna just keep dropping.
Yeah, and no, at this point I might be better off just
like 40, 45, maybe 50.
Which leads perfectly into my second point, which is I might end up just selling this at New York Comic Con because there's people there's actual vendors that buy cards there, so that might just be easier. I don't have to worry about shipping and everything. And yeah, just to let you know, we're filming this, we're pretty late, but this coming weekend is New York Comic Con in New York City, so I will be attending on Saturday and Sunday. So I won't be doing a cosplay this year. I didn't have time to do a crazy cosplay unlike last year, where I dressed up as the lion from Lionheart, and it did not go well. But I mean, if you're there, definitely say hi. I mean, I'm sure 90% of people are going to be there for, which I guess is my number 3 point. 90% of people that like K-pop probably aren't going to be there because they're going to be at the BTS concert at Citi Field, which is great because, man, BTS has just been doing so much in New York City. So, like, they had their Prudential Center concerts last week. They went to the UN. They were on like Good Morning America, Jimmy Fallon, and everything. So they've been going around New York a lot. And yeah, like it's still crazy how they're selling out. There are more people that are going to be at that BTS concert than there are people that actually go to like Mets games. It's kind of sad, unfortunately, but it's still cool. We talked about how historic and important that's going to be, so it's going to be a really cool thing to sort of take notice of. And I guess a special 4th thing I just wanted to address: the meme sensation that is sweeping the nation right now. Bowsette, oh my god.
God, why? No, why'd you bring it up?
It's actually pretty funny. It's just like super like deep cut when it comes to lore, and it's just been proliferate. It's just like the perfect combination of Nintendo's popularity and freaking degenerate like weeb anime people like me. Horrible people. So yeah. I'm not we're taking betting odds on how many Bowsette cosplays I see at New York Comic Con, so we'll see. And those are my 4 things.
And I'm Nate. Give me a little touch. Thank you, SNSD.
Not a big touch. Not a medium touch.
No, just a little one.
Just a little touch.
Lil. L-I-L.
L-I-L.
Like Wayne.
Yeah. That's another thing we should bring up. Yeah, Lil Wayne released Carter 5, which is insane. So
totally
check that out. Check that out.
Okay, so this week is releases week. So we have 1 topic and then 3 releases topics. As you can see, there's only 2 of us. Jacob has school stuff. He's got to work on a homework assignment that's pretty tough, so he couldn't record with us. So it's probably going to be a pretty short show, especially for releases, because for the most part, there wasn't too much that caught my ear. And they're actually, we are light overall as a group anyway. But with only 2 of us talking about them, and most of them it's mostly just Andrew talking. So, it'll be fairly short for releases week. But first we have a topic that is near and dear to my heart.
as the hashtag the IOI master.
Yeah,
the biggest
self-proclaimed IOI. Number one IOI fanboy on the internet. We're gonna talk about Somi. I don't know, a couple weeks ago, it came out that she left JYP. And we didn't really know what she was doing. There were rumors that she was going to just start a solo company. It seems like every person that leaves a company, and then before you find out what their plans are, their rumor is they're going to start a solo company.
Well, I mean, everyone's like, oh, Somi's going to do her own thing. Oh,
Somi's going to do her own thing. Soyeon's going to do her own thing. Soyeon did, I think, actually.
Psy, when Psy left YG, I think that's still the leading rumor right now. That he's going to make his company. Gangnam Entertainment. I don't know what it's going to be called, but that seems like the first anyone that's relatively popular. It seems like the move that's sort of in vogue right now, because you don't.
Exactly.
I mean, that's another topic entirely that we could discuss about how that's probably the future of.
I definitely think certain people should do it.
Yeah, you don't really need the.
It makes
big,
total sense.
Yeah, definitely.
For someone who's already become like very famous, they can do it. Obviously, you can't start out that way.
Yeah, I know.
Like if you're just some random person that wants to be an idol, you just start your own company with no money and no notoriety. Like it's not gonna work. But yeah, so the rumor was she was going to start her own company. There was a rumor that her dad was going to be her manager, which we can talk about a little bit. I think it would have been okay. A lot of people were up in arms about it. I know you didn't like it just because you don't like the idea of like family management.
Yeah, I think there's just. I feel like the idea, I think just in general, just like family businesses are just really like awkward, because it's just a really fragile sort of situation to run, especially when you consider it's like a father-daughter sort of relationship. So you like there's so many situations like in like Hollywood where like the parents are the managers, and like they end up like not talking to each other after a while just because it's just so like hectic and like crazy and that sort of thing. But that's sort of the reason why I was against it, because there's just so many instances of it going just really sour, and that sucked, because it seems like they're a really close family and everything, and from all like the variety or survival shows that she's in, and her dad acts in Korea and everything, and he speaks pretty decent Korean. So
I thought, like, I don't know, a lot of people are up in arms just because of him for some reason, and I've never seen any reason for him to seem like a bad parent or a bad person. Like, I don't know, he's been on variety shows, he's been really funny, he acts like he's always seemed like a very genuine and like just funny person, like very like Somi clearly gets it a lot from him. So I don't know why there was so much negativity about him specifically, but I thought he would have done a good job. I think like just the fact that how complicated the K-pop industry is, like having him there to make sure like she's getting what's best for her and not getting screwed over. Yeah, if she was gonna have her own company, like that, some people could definitely take advantage of her considering how young she is. If you don't have the right manager,
even in big companies, there's almost always, I know, like there. When new idols sign up, like the parents are almost always involved in the process to some degree. Like if they want to talk it over, I know, like just a random sort of thing. I know, like with Taeyeon, I know her because she lives like a couple hour, or she grew up like a couple of hours outside of Seoul, if I remember correctly, and her parents would drive. Yeah, her parents would drive her all the way up there, like to just like do practice and that sort of thing. So I mean, it's good to have your parents involved, especially in any type of showbiz where you're like, as we've been learning, like
especially for how
young she is, and how
she is,
not just necessarily just being young, it's just like how much exposure she's had
while being young,
as like a 15-year-old. Like if you really think about it, like that's the thing. Like it's just so hard to think of a lot of these idols that are like under 18 to some degree, is just like being like. They're still kids. Like they're still they don't know what the hell I like. Honestly, like any of you like listeners, like did you really know what the hell you were doing at age 15? I had no idea what the heck I was doing at age 15. Honestly,
I mean, we do have to give her credit. She's not that young anymore. She's
like
16,
19. 17. Yeah, she's
no, not 19. She's
Even at 18,
Yeah,
like I had no idea what the hell I was doing. Honestly,
she's 16, so. But she's,
I could barely operate a microwave at 18. Like do all of this sort of stuff where you're just, you're asking these kids to make a lot of adult decisions, and sometimes it's just very.
She's 17 right now.
Yeah, it's very just like fragile situation. So I brought up an article of just Matthew Doma just responding. He's like, he's just saying like, oh, it's the rumors are false. And he said, quote, Somi finished her last JYP's activities and returned from Germany. We're going to spend this Chuseok together and with the family, and I think what we'll do from now on. I do give her advice as a parent, but because I'm not an expert, I can't do much. So he's definitely he made a good point to sort of like narrow or shut down the rumors that he would be managing the entirety of her activities.
Yep. So then, like last week, the bombshell hit, and you found out she left JYP to go to YG.
Asterisk though. The Black Label.
Asterisk. She went to Black Label. She went to Teddy's label, which is a subsidiary of YG.
Yeah.
She did not go to YG proper.
The Black Label, I believe, has
Zion T.
I believe somebody recently just left.
It might have Ehai.
I think Lehigh is definitely under Black Label.
Let's find out. I literally Googled Black Label and it comes up with Johnny Walker.
Okay, I couldn't find anything else, but
I got it.
Yeah, so Black Label is the portion of YG that Teddy's in charge of. He's Teddy. I don't know if he's technically he's like the CEO or like the whatever. He's that's his thing. Okay. Like I don't think don't think YG has any influence over that section of the company, I believe.
Mm-hmm. So actually Lehigh is not part of Black Label. Literally the only people on this list I know are Teddy and Zion T, and then Kush. Who I've heard of, but I don't know any of their music, and then just a bunch of like hip hop people, I assume.
Yeah,
and then Somi.
Black Label is just basically just Black Label is kind of like an in between like proper like main YG and high ground. Like high ground just like super like out there, whereas like Black Label is definitely more. They definitely liaison more with the main like YG company. So in term, but yeah, they still have some way more autonomy than they would under you would under like the main group. So yeah, it's an interesting signing. I know again, there's sort of like an unwritten rule that the big three, JYP, YG, and SM, don't steal each other, or they don't like poach talent away from each other. I mean, like when it comes to like trainees that like don't necessarily work out, or like if another like a company drops a trainee and they go to another one, that's very normal. There's so many trainees that they start in like SM and then they debut in YG. That's normal. What we're talking about is artists that have debuted or are already high profile, going from one of the big three.
I was
to
gonna
the
say
other
technically she's still a trainee.
I mean, she already debuted. She technically debuted in.
She debuted, but then she went back to being a trainee after disbandment. So.
Yeah, but it's weird. It's a weird situation, where this type of like free agency situation hasn't really happened before. I mean, we were going to like we previously addressed. We thought I don't know. Did they ever resolve what was going to happen to Hyuna and E'Dawn? Were they going to leave, or like they said, we're going to make an announcement, and they never made an announcement.
I think Hyuna is for sure gone. I don't know about E'Dawn.
But yeah, it's that's sort of a similar situation where if somebody like Hyuna leaves, she has the pick of the litter. Basically, she can go companies will come crawling to her asking her to sign with them. And I'm sure I'm sure the same thing happened with Somi, where everyone was just like, oh, sign with like that. Yeah, so she definitely had her a good choice of labels to go towards. So it's interesting she picks YG.
It's weird. This is definitely like interesting and unique because, like you said, this happens with high profile people and they leave. Like they're gonna be able to go where they want. But Somi technically, this usually happens a lot later in a career because they usually sign the 7-year contract to be in a group.
Yeah.
And then they can go somewhere else if they don't want to stay in the group or stay with the company. Where Somi got into IOI as a temporary group, that lasted a year. Then she did some solo stuff, a lot of CFs, but then she decided, I guess she decided she didn't like the way JYP was going in terms of if she was gonna make the new girl group or if she was gonna have to. Maybe she had a problem that she didn't want to compete in 16-2, and they were gonna make her do that.
Yeah.
Even though she was all but guaranteed to make. Yeah,
she's
group,
all but guaranteed to make the
but maybe she just didn't want to deal with the hassle.
Yeah, she's the selling point of whatever girl group that JYP was planning to debut. But yeah. I don't know. Maybe the other point of contention is maybe she didn't want to be a part of a girl group because some of the stuff I've read is that they're possibly going to focus on promoting her as a solo artist.
Yeah, that's what I've read as well.
Which I don't know. I really don't know because honestly, I feel like she'd do good I feel like she'd do better in a group environment, whereas. And if that was the case, or if that wasn't necessarily a point of contention, then she'd probably just end up staying at JYP. But for her to leave, for YG Black Label, that definitely means she didn't like the direction that the girl group. Because again, this girl group has long been rumored. I mean, there's pictures of her going around with all of the rumored group members, and everything.
Taeyong,
who is Icheon of Aijuan's
younger sister?
Younger sister. Yeah.
And then Ryu Hyunjin, who got first females on Mix 9. They are definitely in this group, and Somi. Those three were guaranteed. I think that's a big thing right there. Is she didn't want to be in a girl group, but I guess to me, I'm not. Overall, there's a lot of things I don't like about this, and the two main things are I agree. I think she would fit in a girl group a lot better than as a solo artist.
And I mean, you've known her. You've been exposed to her for much longer than I do. Because remember, she didn't start for those that aren't really
I watched
familiar.
16 before.
She didn't start. She didn't break out with Produce 101. She was almost a member of Twice. Again, that was the first thing everyone was like, oh, after IOI is done, they're definitely adding her to Twice, which never happened. And in retrospect, do you think adding her to Twice might have been the right move instead of possibly putting her in another girl group where she might have just overshadowed all of the other members?
I don't know. I could see with how big Twice was. Her just getting a lot of hate,
maybe. But I don't know, because I mean, was Twice really at that zenith at the time that
after that was right when TT came out. And
that's
stuff.
True, maybe.
Well, no, that was
if we're talking about
that was around when Signal was coming out. So yeah, that was when they were hitting their they were starting to explode because that was after TT.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there have been fan cams of her at a concert recently. I think she did Gashina and another song that people are saying her vocals have improved a lot. I actually haven't had a chance to watch them.
Yeah, it was in as the other article mentioned, she participated in some K-pop concert event in Germany, and she just did a bunch of covers. Again,
but I heard her vocals were a lot better.
That's good. That's good
because that's to be.
Yeah, that's
and fit a soloist better.
Yeah, that's my only worry because.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, because no disrespect to Somi, because I mean I do like her as an idol, but I don't know. It's just her There's nothing about her vocals that at first blush necessarily blows you away like a Chang'e or I don't know somebody else that sort of just know or would do way better as a solo artist. But I mean, if she's going to make the improvements, and I mean. What was your other point of contention besides?
Well, then my other one is just the obvious. She jumped ship from JYP, which recently passed SM in terms of market value, to become the number one entertainment company in Korea, to go to YG, the sinking ship of K-pop entertainment companies.
Yeah, where
which
basically
is just falling apart. I mean, we've literally had multiple topics just complaining about the direction of YG.
Yeah, and it's not just it's not just us just trying to rant or just like make like clickbaity.
Not,
like,
we're not
videos
even hating
anymore.
on them.
It's just that at this point, like even like their share, like their shareholders are like, what the fuck are you doing, YG?
They're losing money. Like they're Blackpink's incredibly huge, and he's not promoting them at all. Like,
yep. Yeah, that's the biggest point of contention when I was reading like sort of like shareholders like meetings or just like or why they're not as confident is that just like the output of music coming from YG in comparison to even like outside of the big three, there are so many companies that are putting out way more music than they are.
Yeah, Starship's putting out way more music.
Yeah, so like, what's the excuse there? Honestly, so it is an interesting thing, but I guess I'd say the Black Label part is really an important sort of like caveat to all of this though, because I feel like from what I understand, like Teddy, like it. Pretty much the Black Label was the one that was almost in charge of the entire like comeback for Blackpink, because I mean Teddy's the one that produced for a lot of them, so he was working with them a lot. So that's the interesting caveat where like Teddy obviously gives a lot like people like I don't think somebody like Zion T is gonna willingly be given a song and just like be expected he like the.
He's gonna have input and
I think
do what he wants to do.
I think that's probably what Somi like sort of values, because I mean, it's something that it's sort of like a thing or a quality that you see in artists that grew up outside of Korea, like like what we're seeing with Tiffany right now, where she signed with a transparent agency, which is run by Far East Movement. Like she wants more. She wanted the reason why
creative freedom.
Yeah, she wanted more creative freedom and input into what direction her music went in, as opposed to staying or re-signing with SM, where she would be at the mercy of whatever the songwriter. And there's people that thrive in that sort of environment, but yeah, it's definitely like a sort of thing where if you grew up in the West, you're just like. You want control over your own music just because it's what you see a lot of over here. You don't really see that many like manufactured in the term that they're like put together, not necessarily like as a derogatory term, but like, you don't really see manufactured girl groups and boy groups or manufactured artists in that sort of way in America.
Yeah.
Where it's the process is you get discovered for the music that you're already doing, and then like then you get sort of like the ball rolling with signing a label and that sort of thing. So it's probably that it definitely like the cultural difference is probably a huge factor in it.
Yeah. Yeah, though, I don't know. Yeah, I guess YG probably wouldn't give her too much. The YG's going in that direction though with like Day6 and Stray Kids, like, or JYP is going in that direction with like Day6 and Stray Kids.
Stray Kids especially, so, like,
where Stray Kids. Well, both Day6 and Stray Kids are entirely self-produced.
Yeah.
So like, and the whole thing, like a big part of their new
incentive,
their new,
like JYP 2.0,
or their new building was that like they had a lot more like mixing and like producing rooms. So they're definitely leaning towards more self-producing idols.
And even
but the thing is, I don't know if Somi wants to produce music. I think she just wants that creative control.
Yeah,
and I don't know how much of that they get.
Yeah, because JYP. So. Yeah, because even though JYP definitely gives a lot of freedom, but I still feel like he more than any of the other big three, because I feel like because Isuman's very removed. He's not even running SM anymore.
Yeah, he's on. Yeah, he's the CEO of label SJ.
Yeah,
he's just like, I'm gonna have fun with Super Junior.
Yeah, and everything Super Junior does has been amazing so far. And like, I mean, YG's like, I don't know. YG probably just doesn't give a shit at this point. He's more interested. No. He's just more interested in making like dating survival shows or whatever it is he does. But JYP, like JYP, I'd say he's out of all like the three owners of like the big three companies. I feel like he's the one. He's still an artist at heart. He's still an artist at the end of the day. He still loves making music. So that's why I feel like he wants his like. Even though he's willing to give creative control, he still has sort of like a final say at the end of the day. But yeah, it is sort of an interesting sort of decision. And I mean, I'd say the Black Label definitely makes it a bit more reassuring, because if she shined with like YG proper,
definitely. If she went to straight with YG, she'd be gone forever. No one would ever see her.
And it's especially because you know damn well with how they're treating Lehigh, there's no way they'd want to put her in a group. And
yeah.
That's the rumor I'm hearing as well, is apparently like the Black Label might be putting together a group. I mean, that's actually like really interesting for like a girl group to not be at the mercy of YG for once, but
yeah.
It's just.
But the problem is all of their songs are going to sound like Teddy 2NE1 songs.
Yeah.
Because that's all Teddy knows how to do for girl groups.
If it's, I mean, I wouldn't mind if it's like Teddy, like Sunmi like level songs, but if it's just Teddy,
but
like,
it won't be for girl group.
Yeah. And I mean,
yeah.
And no, like even like going back to like the whole point with like how JYP is giving more input to his artists. Like if you saw Dance the Night Away for the latest Twice comeback, some of the B-sides they have like the J Line have some writing credits on there because they wrote some of the songs and everything. So yeah, it's just that's what we'll have to. That's we obviously don't have any inside contacts at any of these companies. So that's the thing we'll have to pay attention to or be on the lookout for in the future is how much of an input will she have, and how much of a difference will it actually make, honestly? Because, like, at face value, it just seems like a lateral move, to be honest, as opposed to just like making like any sort of like major increase in her standing. And I mean, maybe it was a money thing. Maybe really, who knows? Like, we will never know because they're never gonna talk about something like this until maybe she's like about to retire or whatever. But that's the thing. That's why we can only speculate at this point.
Yep. So yeah, I think I'm good if you're good. So yeah, leave your comments below what you think of Somi switching from JYP to YG, Black Label. My favorite thing was in the Reddit comments when it came out. The top comment was that's some Game of Thrones level betrayal shit, and then the top response to that was Chungha sends her regards because Chungha left JYP when she was a trainee.
I mean, I wouldn't mind if Somi joined Chungha at MNH. Holy crap! I'd actually
that would have been amazing.
I'd prefer that move, honestly. And I mean, there's been precedent set for that. There's been a lot of people that went through Produce and they ended up leaving their initial company and joining whatever friends they made
with a different
whatever friends they made through the show. So yeah, definitely that's something that we don't want this to be an echo chamber. So yeah, definitely leave your input because I'm very interested.
Okay, moving on to topic 2, which is September 2018 K-pop releases part 1. So if you don't know, if you're newer, just from like, I don't know, Umu talking about Dreamcatcher with us, got us a couple of subs and stuff. Every month at the end of the month or into the beginning of the next month, the first episode / last episode is going over all of the K-pop releases for that month that we enjoyed. So it's our favorite K-pop releases.
Yeah, we used to.
We used to do literally everything, but it became saying like one word descriptions of songs we didn't care about, which is where "It's a Ballad" came from.
And you'd get like 150 songs a month.
Yeah, it would take forever, and nobody would listen to it. So we streamlined it, and people are enjoying it more. So now we just talk about songs that we actually have input on. Just to make it, the episodes would become like 3-4 hour long episodes, and it's just ridiculous. So yeah, we just go over our favorite K-pop. They're not necessarily all our favorite. Sometimes they're bad. They're things we have to comment on, but usually it's because they're really good.
So you should read part 1 and 3. I'll read part 2. All right?
Yeah, that's fine. Yep. Which works because part 2 has your J-pop stuff.
Yes. So it's most 90% of this is K-pop, but I've made the executive decision to just cover 48 groups from now on because they were in Produce 48, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that want to follow them up, and it's super hard to follow them too. So I will be the one doing all the research.
Yep. So first, I'm just gonna list off the things we reviewed this month, and those are, just to say why these aren't on the list, or why we're not talking about these songs. So last month we reviewed Dreamcatcher's "Alone in the City," GOT7's "Present You" or "Present You." I don't know if it's present.
I don't know. It bothers me so much.
I have no idea. I know, and I want to know.
It's like, are you presenting somebody, or are you giving them a present?
Or are they the present?
Like,
so
GOT7, please tweet at us.
I've been saying present.
Yeah, same.
Present You. We reviewed GWSN's The Park in the Night Part 1, NCT Dreams Go Up, Oh My Girls Remember Me, Produce 48, the finale songs were released in this album. We had a whole
podcast
series for Produce Cast, so you can go listen to our finale episode to hear our thoughts on those songs, so we're not talking about them here. Sunmi's Warning, Unity's Begin with the End, and Uju Sonyo's Would You Please, WJ Please. Okay, moving to the first release, which is 3RACHA's Zone.
3RACHA is the production group, or the member,
Yep.
or it's the production group that the three members of Stray Kids go by. I believe 3RACHA existed even before Stray Kids was formed, correct?
Yeah.
I'm pretty yeah. They definitely they built Stray Kids around the idea that it was 3RACHA, or it was going to involve 3RACHA. So yeah, so outside of Stray Kids, they released these.
I'm going to interrupt you for a second, Andrew. Are you going through the slideshow?
Yeah,
because it shows you still on the first slide for some reason. I just want to make sure.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm on 3RACHA.
That's just Google being screwed up then. Okay, I just want to make sure you didn't forget.
Yeah. So
okay. So 3RACHA, they released music I want to say it was all in 2017, but it was before Stray Kids existed.
Yeah, so they do a lot of like stuff on SoundCloud. They release like mixtapes and that sort of thing. So
yep. They have 3 mixtapes.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if this is from a single or a mixtape, but yeah, I didn't know that they'd actually promote 3RACHA.
This is
music.
a new song.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool that they're letting them promote 3RACHA music on like the JYP channel, because I don't know if I've ever seen that before necessarily. It'd usually just be like Stray Kids music, but as for the actual go ahead.
Well, they released this for like SKZ Player, which I think is just like they're kind of like behind the scenes, just
okay.
like their current season of their just like behind the scenes and reality show stuff.
Okay, that makes sense.
I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, it makes sense because it's like a live performance to some degree. That being said, like the actual song like goes really hard. It doesn't sound like something JYP group would put out again, and that's probably the appeal of 3RACHA as opposed to like the more well known Stray Kids music, is where even in Stray Kids they lean into the. They lean into like the really like heavy like trap and like hip hop sort of thing, but yeah, they just like weapons for you when it comes to 3RACHA. So I really like it. It reminds me of something that like Zico or like I don't know, just like other like really like prominent hip hop artists in Korea would put out, and I do enjoy it. Yeah, I do enjoy it. I need to look into their the 3RACHA music more, and I know Cooper's gonna kill us for not doing it already.
No, I have them. I listen to them. They are good. The first one's a little rough. But you can tell they definitely got their Chan like definitely built his production skills throughout.
Yeah.
The third one actually happened after Stray Kids the show.
Yeah.
But before they debuted. So it actually came out after like mixtape Stray Kids mixtape. The third 3RACHA song or mixtape came out, but that one's really good. Okay, next we have Amber from FX's digital single White Noise. For me, I like this song a lot better than her other solo stuff. Has much better production because it was with SM.
Yeah, it was in-house.
Instead of being independent. The only thing is I still think she needs to work on her lyrics.
Yeah, as a lyricist, like, she's very weak.
And just like it's a little like it's a little not fair because I feel like because I'm almost entirely listen to K-pop, I don't worry about lyrics anymore.
Yeah.
But when I hear an English song, I notice it a lot more than I feel like I would if I'd listened to English lyrics regularly still. But it is just like it is very basic. But yeah, the production of the song is great.
Yeah, that's what really sold me on this. And that I don't think we never got. We kind of touched up on her solo music when she released all those music videos for Rogue Rouge. I think we covered it in releases list, and my main gripe was my main gripe was that I didn't like the producer she was working with. Not necessarily like I don't have like a personal thing against it, but it's just I didn't like his style of production. Whereas this, it fit. I loved it way more, and yeah, I do still have to give her some slack, obviously, because she's doing it in English, so we're gonna notice the oddness of lyrics a lot more than we would in Korean, or if she was gonna rap in like Chinese or something like that. But no, I think she's better off just letting SM produce her stuff. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I know she really took pride in like doing it all on her own.
Unless she goes full out Lonely Island and does more like Bacon Love.
Bacon Love, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
if she's doing serious music, just stay within SM or
Yeah, that's I agree. Yeah, I mean, despite the minor gripes, it's still an enjoyable song, definitely. And I am rooting for Amber to get more music. And it's also, because again, there was a real, like last year, there was a lot of like animosity, it seemed, between her and SM. Like she just like put a lot of stuff out on Instagram where she's like, they don't give a shit about me or whatever. And I mean, we've addressed it before, but yet I think, it's definitely in a better place now because they're promoting her solo like US tour, and like of all like SM, like SM doesn't like touring in the US for whatever goddamn reason outside of like
Shiny and
that random
Suju used to,
and then random
NCT's definitely happening.
Yeah, definitely. But of all of the artists, you wouldn't really think that they'd support like Amber doing stuff here. But I mean, at this point, they're probably just like, it's either we do this or she doesn't release music, so it's better off that they're willing to cooperate with her like this. So I want to hear a full mini album in this kind of style, or in this kind of style which is similar to Rogue Rouge but under SM production.
Next we have Bambi's single River Run.
The title or her freaking stage name is pretty weird. But I didn't. The music video for this is just like full of memes. It has like
so weird.
It has like Keyboard Cat and freaking like Snoop Dogg from Snoop Dogg's doing like the thing, like the GIF thing.
It doesn't match with the actual music video at all. Yeah, like the actual music video is like her just like sentimentally singing at night under a bridge.
Yeah,
and then there's just overlays of weird memes.
I mean, obviously, I love memes, so I'm gonna enjoy it. But I mean, I really enjoyed this song. I don't know if I've probably heard of Bambi like just a name wise, but I'm not really familiar with her all too well, music wise. But
I've never heard of her.
This song definitely gave me like Haze vibes, so I definitely enjoyed it. She has a similar sort of timbre in her voice, so yeah. I looked up more of her music and I was enjoying it so far. So yeah, this is a really it's a really like sort of underground pick that I wanted to bring attention to.
Yeah, definitely gave me Haze vibes. Next we have Boy Story's Chinese mini album Enough. So this, if you don't know, I like the song did whatever, but this is JYP's like Chinese boy group that's like all like 13-year-olds.
They're literally boys. Like half of them haven't even had their voice drop yet, and it's so funny because the song is so like hype and like super hip hop. But I mean, I enjoyed it still. Like I still think it's really cool how JYP's. I think it's cool how he's probably he's like the only one, or I mean, actually no, SM has done it a lot of times before, but SM literally doesn't know how to take care of anyone that doesn't have Korean blood in them for whatever reason. Like they fuck up like anything involving Chinese members all the time, like unfailingly. But it's a good sign for JYP that he's confident enough in his label and his brand to go to China and Japan and these other places outside of Korea and expect to succeed. Because I mean, doing this it's clearly a long-term plan because all these kids are really young. So there's definitely like a grand plan in store for them. But it's a great start. It's a great start, and I think there's a lot of talent there. So we should. I think they'll have a bright future ahead of them, especially once they start getting more experience.
Yeah, a big part of JYP 2.0 was expanding to other markets. They've mentioned that there will be a Japanese girl group from JYP in the next year or so. I think 2019 was their debut year.
Yep, and there's rumors that he's gonna be looking for some Produce 48 people.
Oh, yeah. But if you do notice at the end of the music video, there are a couple different companies, logos. So it's not just JYP. I'm sure there's a couple like Chinese investor.
As long as it's not Tencent. As long as it's not 10. We'll get there later.
Okay, next we have BTS's Idol featuring Nicki Minaj. So the Nicki Minaj music video version came out this month.
Yeah, we covered the song on the BTS release for
we reviewed the album. So
yeah, it's just the music video didn't come out until now, but it was just weird how they must have filmed it like in separate locations because she doesn't interact with the group at all, and she only says like the opening line of "What's Good Korea," like that's like literally that's it, and the rest of the time she's not actually singing it. So I don't know, maybe the verse wasn't finished by the time they had to film the video.
Which is weird because the video came out really late.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I agree. The music video just was like meh. But we both I think agreed that she made the song better.
Maybe she didn't have that much time because remember she was planning to have a US tour, but it got canceled because nobody was buying the tickets.
Nope. Yeah.
Oh boy,
she's past her prime.
Yep.
I don't even listen to American music, and I know that. Next we have Cold's Freedom. I assume a single, maybe from a mini album.
He did. Yeah, he released a mini album. It's weird. It's weird because Off on Off is Cold is one half of the sort of like lo-fi R&B group Off on Off, which is under High Ground, but his solo music.
High Ground doesn't exist anymore.
I guess, but. Maybe that's why they.
Yeah, maybe they probably aren't under because
he's releasing music.
Tableau,
or he's releasing music under a separate company. So yeah, when Tableau left, maybe.
Yeah, when Tableau resigned as CEO, High Ground disbanded as a company, and I know some of the artists left.
Yeah, because Code Kunst was under High Ground, and I believe he went to another company. So what happened with Hyukoh? Yeah, because maybe that's why we're seeing Hyukoh release music on other labels as well.
Yeah, I have no idea where all the artists went, to be honest.
Yeah.
Technically, I think Epic High is listed as just a YG artist right now.
Oh,
but
no.
I wouldn't be surprised if they just left and
they don't need
to, and we haven't heard any news.
They don't need him. But with this actual song, it was just interesting because we mainly know Cold from Off and Off, which is like 90% like R&B, like lo-fi singing sort of thing. He actually raps on this, which was he's pretty versatile, so I enjoyed it. And that'll lead into the next one because he had 2 music videos. And
then there's another song, Sunflower.
Yeah, this one is more of him singing, which I definitely enjoyed. Yeah, that's definitely his aesthetic, just like the sort of like slow jam, like 80s type of vibe. It's interesting though because in these music videos he's kind of like not hiding his face, because I feel like in all the other Off on Off music videos he's kind of hiding in like the background somewhere. So I don't know, maybe he's less shy now that he's doing more music.
Yeah, he also apologized. I have to type. It signed me out of Gmail for some reason, so I can't see our list of releases.
It's like
okay. Once I load the spreadsheet back. Okay. Next we have Day6's Beautiful Feeling, which is a digital single. So this is just a 3rd anniversary thank you song. Thank you to our fans type thing. This is for me just another great like sentimental slow jam song from Day6. I love this type of music from them, and I thought this one was great.
The only thing I have to say is Dude actually sings.
Yeah.
He sings. His voice is so goddamn deep. Why don't they use him more?
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Just like the revelation when I hear his like one line, I was like, wait, what? So, I mean, obviously it's just like a thank you song, so it's nothing too special. But that was a cool thing, that context that they added to it.
Yeah. We'll see if they perform it during their concert. And next we have another sorry, hiccups. Another Day 6 song from their Japanese full-length album Breaking Down, or the album's Unlock. The title is Breaking Down, title track. And this is just more like anime style J-rock, like hard J-rock, which also is great. Day 6 is just good in general.
Yep. I definitely resonate with it, being, because I'm roughly around the same age as like Jay and the rest of them, so they definitely grew up on like the same like sort of like pop punk emo music that I grew up on. So you definitely feel that influence in a lot of their Japanese and some of their Korean songs that actually like do like the J-rock style. So I really enjoyed it. I love the music video too. It's just like a constant like, it's like credits or whatever. It's like constantly streaming down. That sort of thing. That was really cool. Which kind of like is like, this would be perfect for like an anime opening. Sort of. Well, I say that about every like freaking Day 6 song. But
Japanese Day 6 song. Yeah.
I mean, literally, this is so perfect for like, it's like, this could go with like a freaking, I don't know, Naruto AMV or something. Like that's the thing we need to do. Like now that Linkin, like we forget like Linkin Park AMVs, we should do like more Day 6. Actually, no, that I wanted to. There was that anime, Darling in the Franxx. My plan was when that finished, I wanted to do a Day 6 like AMV with it, but I just never got around to it, and also I just kind of gave up on the show. Don't tell Jacob, because that's his like favorite anime. But besides JoJo, but yeah, I mean,
let's say, well. No, his favorite is
Dragon Ball, but
no, it's I can't think of it.
JoJo.
Not Kill la Kill.
Gurren Lagann.
Gurren Lagann, yeah.
Yeah, but still, yeah. I mean, I don't be surprised if somebody comes knocking, like, and at some point over the next couple of years, and like asks Day 6 to do, because anyway, there's a precedent set already. There's a lot of K-pop artists that do anime openings and endings.
Mm-hmm. Next, we have Dress, which is a weird stage name, with a single album 239726, with the title track Somebody Like Her, Like I Do, featuring Sifka. There should not be a comma there.
I don't know why there's a comma there. And also, I think Dress might be just like a producer, which is why Sifika's
the producer.
Sifika's like the one doing all the vocals. And obviously, I'm a huge fan of Sifika. And it's such an interesting sort of change of pace for her, because most of her music is like really like experimental, sort of electronic type of music. Whereas this, she definitely is putting on more of a traditional R&B vocal performance, which I do enjoy. Again, I love her voice. So yeah, it's just cool to see how versatile she is, and she's been doing a lot of collabs lately, because she had that one last month with Crush. So yeah, she's getting her name out there a lot, so I'm pretty happy.
Yep. Next we have Elaine's digital single "Wake Me Up."
Yeah, I mean, I very rarely just put like ballady, like acoustic songs on here, but I did really like this one, just because I'm a big fan of like folk style music, and yeah, she has a really pretty voice, which I think went well with the song. I have no idea what was going on in the music video with like some random girl. I don't know, but I did enjoy the song.
Yeah. Next we have EXO's Chanyeol and Sehun with their station single "We Young," which is a cover of NCT Dream song.
Yeah.
But I actually really enjoyed the song. It's just a really fun, like hip hop based like pop song. They clearly had a lot of fun doing the music video, and I don't know, it's just a really upbeat, like enjoyable song.
I do like when EXO members get to do station singles, because they get to sort of experiment in music genres or like performance styles that they don't really get to touch in just proper EXO. So yeah, I did enjoy this, and I mean, both Chanyeol and Sehun are just mainly rappers, so it's cool to see them sort of do some singing in this as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, it's a lot. For like Chanyeol and Sehun, I thought it'd be like a really like. I thought it sounded more like a Three Racha song than this. It's just like it's really super happy go lucky, which I do like that. I do like that aspect of EXO though, because again, I feel like a lot of the time when it comes to like songs, they always just like gear way towards too serious, and like they just have to like be really super sexy and everything. But I love happy EXO. Like one of my favorite songs is like Unfair, or just like 365, all those like really like fun like concert songs. So yeah, this is definitely an outlet for them. So yeah, they're using Station Zero to like the whole point of why it was made.
Yep, exactly. And finally, for part 1. We have ID's digital single Red. And this is just like piano-based jazz, which is awesome because we don't really hear that in K-pop ever. And I really like that type of music. And her other stuff's been really good too, so I definitely want to look into more of her stuff.
Oh yeah, her voice is tailor-made for a song like this, just this sort of jazzy vibe. Yeah, again, I know, like, Rob has really been, like, beating the drum for her music, like, well before we found that Japanese song that we covered last month. So yeah, I'm definitely, she's on our radar now at this point. Like, I really want to see her where she goes with this, because yeah, she has a really great voice.
Yep. Okay, time to go to topic 3, which is favorite releases part 2. And do you have something to say?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. We are starting out with a collaboration between Jen, Neo, and Faye.
Oh, wait, I thought I was going to read it.
Chinese digital sing... Oh, crap. Sorry, you can read it. I guess I could finish this one, but... so yeah, Jen, Neo, and Faye's Chinese digital single, which is a bunch of Chinese that I can't read.
Oh, God, I just totally butchered that. I'm sorry. I failed my Chinese ancestors, but... That's what I put it into Google Translate, and that's what it said.
So, do you want to go, or you want me to go?
So Jen Neo is a producer from Singapore. He's friends with a lot of like K-pop artists and like American artists or whatever, which is, I guess, how he has the connections. And Faye, this is I don't know if this is necessary. I don't know if she put out anything after Fantasy, but this is like the first I've heard of her in like 2 years basing, and it's kind of funny because that song was, well, I think she kind of had to like lay low because she got into a huge scandal in regards to like she kind of pissed off all of Southeast Asia because like China, you know how China claims like some like islands that belong to like the Philippines and like other countries, are like they say, oh, it's Chinese territory, and she sort of like made a post, like an Instagram post of like an image of China, and it had like those islands in it, and so like that's why she kind of like she got into a bit of trouble. But it's cool to see her come back. It's a lot more tame than Fantasy was. So it's definitely a lot more C-pop than Fantasy was. So it's an interesting sort of balance, because most C-pop I hear, it's just like straight like ballads, like what they do in Korea. But this has a lot more of an R&B touch, and that's probably on Jen Neo's part because he's a producer. And for someone from Singapore, I know there's like some like Chinese Singaporeans, but for someone that's not natively Chinese, his Mandarin just sounded pretty good to me. I mean, I couldn't tell he wasn't Chinese, so.
Yeah, I thought this was a really good R&B debut or duet. Sorry. This definitely stood out to me in terms of like C-pop that I've heard before. Obviously, I love Faye. I mean, I literally back behind.
Is she still signed to JYP?
Yeah, she is still under JYP as far as I know.
Okay, so it's just she's just doing this like on the Chinese music on the side.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So yeah, obviously a huge fan because I have their signature. I got to meet Miss A, and I think they're one of the more underrated groups nowadays because nobody ever talks about them anymore.
Yeah, well, because I mean, they definitely got Miss A kind of got the short end of the stick in comparison to like some of the other groups around their generation. Yeah, so they just kind of get forgotten.
Yeah, and they got sandwiched between like Wonder Girls and Twice for JYP girl groups.
Yeah, unfortunately,
they just never blew up like either of those groups. But they're definitely one of the best. So yeah, if you're a newer K-pop fan and don't know Miss A, go listen to them because they are amazing. We should put their debut album or one of their albums on the Retro Review series. Definitely. I'd love to review Touch. Touch is one of my favorite K-pop albums.
Okay, we'll get to that. Okay, next up on the list we have Gfriend. The album title, or it's with their Japanese single album Memoria / some kanji character that stands for Time for the Moon Night, and the single is obviously Memoria, which is, I believe, their first original Japanese single, because they've done Japanese versions of their other songs before, but yeah, I believe this is the first one that they've sort of made as an original song, and I really loved it. Maybe it's just because I love So I love when Gfriend does like the anime style music, which it was definitely a good idea to pair this with Time for the Moon Night. Because they're very similar songs, and I think they'll do very well in Japan. Also another interesting sort of like tidbit: they're signed. Their music is released under King Records, who's the record label that manages AKB48. So that's an interesting sort of. That's a pretty big signing for them then to be the ones that are in charge of Gfriend's Japanese activities. So as for the EXO song, I said I enjoyed it. It's definitely a lot more mellow, or in terms of choreography, it's definitely a lot more fluid and elegant than, because like Gfriend's definitely known for like, it's called knife choreography, where it's just like super intense, like all these like crazy hard to do motions in comparison to other girl groups. But yeah, this definitely felt a lot more elegant, and definitely this one's also like an anime opening style of thing. So, and also I the last time I think I covered a Gfriend Japanese release, I praised their Japanese pronunciation, and yet again, just really like excellent pronunciation for not having a single Japanese member in the group. So yeah, I'm really enjoying their Japanese releases so far.
Yeah, I thought it was good. Nothing blew me away about it, but it was just a solid Gfriend style song mixed with, like, I agree that they definitely added more of an anime influence with like just a lot more strings and like a lot more like building, I guess. But it definitely it felt like a Gfriend song in Japanese. So, which I like. Obviously I love Gfriend stuff.
Man, but like Gfriend's been killing it this year. Like honestly, I could, like, if you've been a long time listener or watcher of the DaebakCast, you know I was so frustrated with Gfriend last year, but like at this point, I might have to cement buddy status at this point. It's getting that serious. So, yeah, I didn't expect from going to not knowing Gfriend at all to like just loving everything they release. So, please keep up the good work. Definitely Source Entertainment. Next, we have Gilla with the digital single Shimmer. It's just like I'm a really big fan of sort of like art pop, like dream pop type songs. So yeah, I was really drawn to this, especially with the guitars. Super trippy MV. And I think the guy's wearing like a friggin' like VR headset. Like, cause like it's like a mobile VR headset, but the phone is like the flap for the phone is like sitting out and it's covering his mouth, and like he's like the phone has like a face where that's actually singing the lyrics instead of like the person actually singing the lyrics, which is actually pretty cool. Yeah, sort of effect. So yeah, I mean, I love finding these indie sort of releases as part of release list. Next, we have HQ with, I think that's how you pronounce it. I have no idea.
Who knows?
With the digital single I Feel So Lucky, featuring the K-pop group Ace. So, yeah, HQ, they might be like a French producer or something like that. I don't know. And
no idea.
Yeah, so, yeah, just Ace is doing like all the legwork in this, basically. They even do choreography with it. It's pretty cool, because usually when you have Western artist collaborations with K-pop artists, they never do like the choreography part. It's just usually them singing, and also the entire song's in English. So that's yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool that they got to release this.
He is French.
Okay, yeah.
His Twitter is based in Paris, and his pinned tweet is about this song, and he's like, Ace's members are from South Korea, and I'm from France. Okay, so he's definitely
So yeah, it's a dance hall type song, which kind of reminds me of like One Dance by Drake. So that sort of vibe, and I think it actually worked well with Ace, because I know they're usually known for like the hard style sort of thing, or they've sort of been straying away from that to some degree. But yeah, there's still a lot of talent here, so I'm pretty happy. Or it's cool to see them getting recognized enough to get a Western artist collaboration. So I wonder how this came up. Honestly, I was gonna say this really random.
This came out of literally nowhere, and yeah, like it didn't blow me away, but it was cool to see, and it was cool to see them sing entirely in English. Yeah. But yeah, I have no idea where this came from.
Maybe it's because they're touring around the U.S., so maybe they wanted an English song to sort of promote. And I mean, like they went to K Expo, I believe, unless something bad happened with K Expo, because apparently they changed the venue like last minute, like the day before they changed the venue. But I think everyone still went.
That's odd.
I don't know, but yeah, they were on the docket for K Expo, and I believe they have a U.S. tour going on. Yeah, it's probably they wanted an English song to help promote their concert with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's still really cool, really cool. I love how versatile Ace has been. Next, we have Jimin Park, or also known as Jamie Park of 15 and, with the mini album Jimin X Jamie. And the title track is April Fools 0401, which is the month and day. And for whatever reason, a song called April Fools was released on September 4th. So I don't know what happened there. I really don't know what happened there. You're kind of off. I don't know, maybe months work differently in Korea, but you're kind of off there, Jamie. I'm just happy that she's releasing music, because again, she had that whole like sort of like rant diatribes thing on ASC where she's just like, I'm not getting music, I'm a singer, sort of thing. So I'm glad that she got to release music.
So good though, the rant.
Yeah, I mean, that's
just go if you never saw it, go just Google Jamie Park ASC I'm a singer, and you'll find it, and it's like amazing.
That's up there. I think that rant might be up there with "This Is Competition" by Jessie, like in terms of like memeability or just like recognizability. So, I mean, it ended up working in her favor, because hey, she got to release music, and now I'm sure there's a lot of people that didn't know who Jamie was. So I'm glad that she's getting to release music. As for the actual song, I don't know about her. Like the hair color threw me off at first, because I've just been normal. I've just been used to seeing her like black or brown, but like with the ponytail, like the sort of like red orangish. I was like, is that Bomb? And and it's kind of fitting, I guess, because she has a really good voice as well. But I'm pretty sure in this music video she might have killed the guy. No,
she definitely killed the guy, and
he like wakes up.
Weekend at Bernie's or him.
Yeah,
which I don't know if most of our listeners older and more mature, but I was gonna say I feel like most of the K-pop fans have no idea what Weekend at Bernie's is.
Weekend at Bernie's, they kill a dude and they have to go the entire weekend and pretend he's alive.
That he's alive. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, that's a comedy. This seems pretty serious, but I'm just really happy that she's getting to release music. So hopefully she'll get more.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we have one of my personal favorite male solo artists of the year, Jeon, with the digital single "In." I didn't get to touch on him on his music as much as I wanted to, I believe, because his last release or his last mini album, Phantom, I enjoyed. Like I'm like his last mini album we didn't review, but I might nominate it for one of our album, or one of our. I might nominate him on the end of the year release list, because I loved his music so much. And this is more of the same, I guess, or maybe a bit more happy, because a lot of his stuff is just like really like kind of like melancholy, whereas this, I guess, sounds a bit more like optimistic in a way, but it definitely still fills that like sort of like lo-fi hip-hop R&B space that normally you would be getting Dean in, but Dean hasn't really put out anything, honestly, in all year. So it's, I guess, good on him to sort of like put his name out there. Yeah, honestly, it just I've enjoyed everything he's put out so far, and I don't know how much traction he's been gaining, because I mean he's under Starship, but I believe the reason why he started putting out music again is because he was away for military service and just started coming back again. So I mean, I hope, I really hope he continues to do well, because I've been enjoying all of his music all year. Next up, we got the group called Kitten Girls, their debut digital single, You, Me, Us. I just wanted to like touch on this because their concept is basically copying Tiny G, where they're all short, they're all like under 160 centimeters, something like that. And also they debuted. I think all the members are Korean, but they're signed to a Chinese company, so they debuted as a trio in China, and then they re-debuted in Korea, but they added another member. It's so confusing, but
who knows?
The song isn't all too special. It's just a really weird sort of debut, because they released the song in Korean, Chinese, Japanese, and English. But they pulled the YG where it was just a Korean music video, and then they just overdubbed the other English, the other language versions over it. So I don't know, it was just a really interesting group that came out of this.
Yeah.
Next up, we have two of the 48 group sister groups. First up is NGT48 with their, God, was this like their fourth single, which is called.
Don't ask me.
The title track is Sekai no Hitoe, which is like, I think, to the people of the world. It's like Sekai is like world and Hito is like people. So I think they're addressing the people of the world, which is why I think they filmed this in Russia of all places. I don't know.
The music video is so weird.
There's a story music video where I think the girl, like the Russian girl that Ogiyuka is dancing with at the end, is like a fan of them, and then her dad's like, no, you can't be a fan of Japanese idol groups, and then she's like, fuck you, I want to be a Japanese. I don't know, I really don't know. I don't know Russian, and the subtitles are in Japanese, so I'm really at a loss at this point. This is actually like my first exposure to NGT, or like when they're releasing music currently. So if you watched Produce 48, you're going to recognize Yamada Noe and Hasegawa Rena in the video. And the center of this is Ogino Yuka, who I am falling so much in love with because she's incredible. And she has, I know she's super popular. She's really popular. I think she's only been in the system for like a year, like a couple of years, like 2 or 3 years maybe, and she was number 4 on the Sosenkyo. That's unheard of, basically, just to get that popular that quickly. So yeah, they're definitely gonna take advantage of that by having her as center. The actual song kind of reminded me of Coldplay, just because like the string instruments.
Oh yeah.
It sounds like Viva La Vida.
It does. It sounds like, it's so weird. Everything about this song, I just didn't know what to handle with it.
No, I really enjoyed the song, though. I really enjoyed it, though. I was surprised at how much I enjoyed it, because I really had no exposure to NGT48 before this. So, I like their outfits too, just like the trench coat dress things and the choreography and everything. So yeah, it was really well done. I'm a crazy person, and I bought 2 versions of this because I want the cover with no IP on it, and I want the actual like single sort of thing. So yeah. The next one, I'm even more of a crazy person because I bought 4 versions of it, which is NMB48's 19th single, Boku Tate Naichao Yo. I can't remember the translation for it. NMB48, if you watched Produce 48, you're going to recognize Shirama Miru, Murase Sae, Kato Yuka, I believe, and Nike Kokoro.
Yeah.
The main reason I wanted to bring this up is because this is a goodbye song or a graduation song for my Oshimen, my one true bias in all of the 48 group, Yamamoto Sayaka, also known as Sayane. So yeah, she's been basically like the patriarch or like the matriarch or like the one like that you I sort of. She hard carried this group like so much, and to see her graduate is kind of sad. But I'm glad that they went with a happy song as opposed to like a really like sad emotional song. And just they don't always put like every member of the group in it, but it's a special sort of situation. So they have a senbatsu where like they have like the people who are performant on the music shows and everything, and then for the music video they just had like everyone else as backup dancers. So yeah, because they wanted to really they went all out for Sayane's goodbye, and like they had like clips of her when she's younger and everything. And with all the members, they could do like all these. They could spell out NMB48, which was pretty cool. Yeah, it's just really I guess bittersweet because obviously she's my Oshi, so I'm sad to see her leave, but I'm glad that they gave her a fitting goodbye. And it's cool to see like people like Miru sort of get spotlight in this, because she really is like the sort of next generation of leader when it comes to NMB48. So I'm really excited to see where this group goes, and that's why I bought 4 versions, because I have so many people I like in this group, and it's literally like close to $100 buying every single version, but I'm insane.
Mm-hmm. You are.
I know. Next up, we have 2 groups called One We and One Us with their pre-debut single. The single album is called, or the album is called the show is called I Shall Debut. That's why it's called I Shall Debut. It's like it's part of a reality show or survival show sort of thing. And the song is called Last Song. So One We and One Us are 2 groups under RBW. One We debuted in 2015 as a group called MAS0094. I have no idea if I'm saying that right, or just MAS or MAS. And then there's just sort of, they're basically kind of trying to copy what YG did with Winner and Icon, but instead of making them compete against each other, I believe One We is a band, whereas One Us is a dance group. So they're not gonna like sort of they're not gonna cannibalize each other's markets. It's an interesting sort of take on it.
Yeah.
One Us has members from Produce 101, season 2 of Produce 101 and Mix 9, so they're definitely gonna have some sort of hype behind them. And I mean, obviously, they're gonna have a lot of expectations being from RBW, so they have to be really good vocally. So, I mean, yeah, like the song obviously wasn't too special, but it's an interesting debut concept to do a reality show for a band and an idol like dance group. So it'll be interesting to see where they'll take it.
Yeah, and I liked the song a lot. It was just like a style. It was very like Day6, like sentimental pop rock. That's probably what One We's gonna go for. I'm guessing like that style of like rock music, because I don't know what they did before as like the previous name, but I'm guessing that's what they're going for. If this is their pre-debut song. Yeah, I thought this was really good.
Next up, we have Park Boram with the digital single "One More Shot." I keep hearing her name on the releases list all the time, but I just never got the time to like look into her music more. But I really enjoyed this. Like, she has a really nice voice. I'm obviously a huge fan of anything lo-fi in terms of like music or visuals, so it's got this whole like really like bad like 90s computer UI with like really like pixelated video. It looks like a Genesis game basically, sort of effect going on. So yeah, it was really cool. And I definitely need to take a deep dive into her discography more. Next up, we have Pentagon with the mini album Thumbs Up. The title track is called Naughty Boy. I'm guessing they're talking about Edon. You know what sucks?
Doubt it, but what?
He produced like almost all of the mini album, but he couldn't get to participate in any of the music.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure he like was involved in the writing process for the song, and he can't even sing it himself. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I mean, I don't know. I don't have much to say on the actual song. It's just a really shitty situation what he's going through, honestly.
Yeah.
And to close out my section, we have PLT, also known as Planetarium Records, with the digital single Egoholic. So everyone's sleeping on freaking Planetarium Records, and I don't know why, because even though they're on doing their own thing, and like they're not really an idol group. There's just a bunch of solo artists just doing collective music every once in a while. I think they're like going toe to toe with like the really like big like hip hop and R&B artists, like I don't know, like a Zico or like a Dean. Like I think they're like, in terms of their production especially, they're really giving them a run for their money, honestly, because whenever they come together to do these PLT songs, they're just incredible. And it's cool how, because they all come from like different sort of styles of music. Like Gaho did, remember that like really like crazy like ballad where he like with like the crazy like high notes and everything that we covered. I don't know if, I forget the name of the song, but it was an incredible ballad. And then you have like Villain, who does like sort of more trap music, and then you have like all these other members that sort of just delve into different aspects. But whenever they bring it together, it's just incredible. So I'm real like Cooper and I are the ones that are basically just like really like beating the drum for PLT, and yeah, this song is no exception, because this really was their breakout year, because they've been doing music for a while, like as the Planetarium Records Collective, but man, they really took it to another level this year.
Yeah. Okay, on to topic 4, which is favorite releases part 3. And we're starting out with Purple, which is subunit.
Bless you.
Excuse me. Which is a subunit in their digital single Memeya. I thought this was awesome. Like a great 80s synth influenced pop song. Yeah, I just thought this was a really good song. I definitely want to check out more, or I hope they get more. They definitely went for like a orange caramel kind of style, at least for the music video.
Yo, you could definitely tell they're trying to dial up the weird factor, just even in song choice, like just doing like a almost freaking Eurobeat style, like 80s 90s pop song, or like like disco almost to some degree. So yeah, you mentioned that they're a subunit. Apparently they're a subunit of a group called Hashtag. I've never heard of them, honestly, and
we covered them. I actually
really
we covered them, and I liked it so much I bought their single.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, who the hell is Hashtag?
No, yeah, they're a girl group. I mean, it wasn't anything like to blow you away, but I did like their song a lot.
Okay, yeah, because I mean, I enjoy this one too. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of anything like 80s, 90s, and especially anything that kind of sounds like Eurobeat. So,
yeah, it was. You'll remember their single was Hue, but it was just the circle symbol, which is literally has no sound.
Oh, okay.
In Korean, that might ring a bell, but if it doesn't, but no, yeah, that song, I like that song a lot actually. So I was happy that they had the subunit. It turned out well too.
Yeah, we'll definitely keep an eye on them.
Yep. Next, this is Andrew. I'm not. You just go. I'm not even gonna. I refuse to talk about it.
We have our K-pop, which is the Reddit, the K-pop subreddit, doing a cover of Red Flavor by Red Velvet. And my quote, I have to say, is, "Do you think God stays in heaven because he too lives in fear of what he's created?" Oh boy. That being said, I mean, like, it's not as bad as when 4chan, the anime 4chan board sings anime openings, because some people can't even sing there. At least all of them are mildly on tune and on key. And like maybe like some of them are like all over the place, like like it's like all over the place in terms of like the timing and everything. But it wasn't that bad. It's like, and I think these projects are kind of pretty cool, just to see like how many people will submit it. And I'll just put this out there right now. I know like some one of the mods of our K-pop follows us, Tucker, on Twitter. So I'm throwing my name in the ring. Next song, I'll probably do it if I know it.
Well, I think I actually just saw a post on their Reddit.
What is it?
The deadline for Lucifer ends soon.
Oh, it's Lucifer.
It's Halloween. Well, it's Halloween.
Oh, okay. If I can get it in, I'll see. But if not, I'll try to do the next one because I need to practice.
Submissions close Monday, October 8th. You have a week.
I don't think I can do it in a week.
Extended.
I don't think I have it. I can do it in a week, but I'll try to do the next one because they're still pretty cool. They're still pretty fun, and I'll never release like the track on its my recording on its own. No way in hell. But I'll definitely. I just want to say I participated in a K-pop cover project like this.
Okay, moving on to real songs.
Hey,
we have Rocket Girl's mini album, Some Chinese Character.
It's the same.
With the title track Light.
It's the same mini album that they released the rest of their music on. It's just they didn't release a music video until now.
Yep.
For this song.
Yeah. So there's a music video for Light. This is definitely the best song they've put out in my opinion. It's more of like an innocent, like sentimental type song. And it's like really good. It finally showcases like their vocal talents because they got a lot of good vocalists out of this show, and this shows it off.
Yeah,
also Stan Zening.
Wait, who's the one that you hate? Chow. Which one do you hate?
Chow Yu's.
Chow Yu is just garbage.
Like, she's so bad. Like, there's no reason she should have ever made this group. Like, think about how upset we were with Produce 48 and multiply that by like 100.
Okay, so it's like, even worse than like a Hyewon
it's
or like
way worse.
Like a Cheon Daya.
It's way worse.
Okay,
so like it was really bad.
Yeah, we're gonna
watch
it. We're gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it again. So I'll gain your hatred definitely, but
this song's really good.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't have any exposure to Rocket Girls whatsoever because I haven't finished Produce 101 China. But yeah, this again, we just most of the time we kind of have an aversion to C-pop just because it's really different. But I enjoyed this. I really enjoyed this because maybe just because it kind of sounds like older like K-pop girl group ballads in a way. So it definitely got a really nostalgic kind of tinge to it. So yeah, I mean, I really don't. If they're just constantly like releasing singles from like the same mini album, I don't know if they're gonna release a new. Are we getting new music from Rocket Girls, or is that just still up in the air?
No, I think we should be.
Okay, because that's why they stole everyone.
Yeah, I think they had like a 2.5 year contract or something. So.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, I'll hopefully by then I'll be able to watch it. So I'll definitely keep an eye on them because I did enjoy this.
Okay, now starts the SM portion of the topic, where I literally I think 75% of the songs are SM.
Yeah,
like more than half of the songs for this segment are SM. But yeah, next we have the station single with Soli, Shinbi, Chungha, and Soyeon. Wow thing, and
wow,
it's weird because they killed it, and I really like the song, but I have two major issues.
What?
One, what the hell was up with Chungha's pants?
It's fashion, man. It's fashion.
No, it's not fashion. It's garbage.
It's like, hey, you can't decide if you want to wear shorts or pants. Just have like suspender thing.
Yeah, just cut out the middle of your pants.
Oh no, he's just like it's probably like a button thing. It's like, hey, I feel like wearing shorts today, so like off comes the bottom portion.
And then you have this group's dance skills are so good, and the choreo was not taking advantage of that at all.
I thought it was okay.
It was good. The choreo was good, but it just could have been much more intense, I feel like.
I'm just surprised they did choreo. Because most station singles don't, or when they were collaborating with other artists, it's just a song. It's never really anything choreographed. So I'm just surprised that they were able to. And
but this is like a girl group, so.
But the thing, you gotta admit that it's probably the best they could do in term when you consider like how busy every person in this group is. Just
they have to learn the choreo and stuff. It can't be too crazy.
But I mean. I'm well documented as being a huge fan of R&B, especially from the 90s. So this song is just right up the alley of Chungha and Seulgi. Soyeon fits very well into this again. Like I don't think usually when these huge collaborations, you're just the big fear is like, oh, one of them is gonna get shafted or one of them is just gonna get overshadowed. But they all equally shine in this so well. I really and just. When you consider the amount of talent in this one group, it's just incredible how this. I really want to know how this came around. Like, are they all friends, or like, is just like did somebody suggest?
I have no idea. I've never heard of any of them interacting, but who knows? But I mean, I'm not complaining with like
this is
Sugi and Chungha.
Like this is like half of this is your biases basically.
Yeah, exactly.
So. Yeah, it's just really cool. Like I keep stating, like I want this to be like a permanent or like a girl group that does something recurringly. Like they don't have to like leave all their other groups. But I'd say if there was one person that really shined for me, it's Shinbi, because again, Gfriend songs are nothing like this, and she did so well.
Yeah.
And when you consider that she recently dislocated her shoulder at a concert in Manila, for her to still, I don't know if this was filmed before or after that, but she still managed to do the choreography very well. And again, she fit it so perfectly despite Gfriend doing completely a different style of music. So oh man, like this might be like the greatest girl group collab of the year, honestly, which sucks because I'm just like,
definitely.
I'm just like, wait, Selfish with Seulgi and Moonbyul and like all these other songs, and like, it's so hard. Nope. There's too many good collabs, but the thing is though, this one just has way too much. This is an OP. Like this group needs a nerf. Basically, it's too overpowered. You can't have this many good performers and dancers and singers all in one group. But I'm super happy with this. It definitely lived up to its expectations.
Yeah. Next we have SHINee with the repackaged full-length album, The Story of Light Epilogue, with the title track Countless. So yeah, this is a repackage of The Story of Light Part 1 through 3, just all in one, plus a new single. And yeah, the SHINee can't literally put out bad music. Like this is just another funky, amazing. No, they can't.
They can't.
This is just another great, funky, like amazing vocal-filled pop song. I loved it.
Yeah, they were messing around with the tropical sort of vibe on the entirety of the Story of Light sort of project. So yeah, it's a lot more of that. Obviously I'm a huge sucker for like vocal chopping. So despite it being tropical, and the one touch I really love, it's why I screenshotted it, is when they do the chorus. The group vocals, like no other group can do, like the group vocals that that Shiny does. And the other thing I love is like, cause since they're all singing, there's this really cool like circling camera effect where it's just like going around. They're all the members are standing in a circle and they're all singing, and like the camera's just following them around. So yeah, it's just really like the notion of that. Yeah, like pretty much everyone in this group is just incredible vocally. So I'm glad in Shiny, like they never squander that talent whatsoever. They always give every member a chance to shine vocally.
Yeah. Next is SNSD new subunit OGG with their debut single album Lil Touch, which I have this tiny weird ass version of because it's the only physical copy.
Wait,
I got a Kino. It's a Kino kit.
I need to buy that.
They didn't put out a real
like
physical
it's a digital
album,
single, right? So,
but they put out a Kino kit for it. So I bought one of these garbage piece of craps, but I have it. It comes with a pack of photo cards. Actually, it was pretty cool.
Oh, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Like since there's no photo book, it just comes with like 20 photo cards. Which is
I'll take
cool.
it easily. This is some of like my favorite freaking like concept and outfits of any Soshi group. Period. Like even considering like main group and TTS.
Yeah. I thought this was amazing. It's not what I expected at all, but it worked out really well, and yeah, the styling on it's like insane. Everything about it's great, except for the fact that there's no physical album.
Except for the fact that this was just a single. Like, what the hell? You're telling me that there's more, there's new Soshi, and you're not giving us more than just this song? Really?
Yeah, it should have been a mini album, and it should have been released physically.
The real highlight besides all of them in this was definitely Sunny, because I've been a huge proponent of Sunny is a great singer, and she just gets overshadowed. She's constantly just been overshadowed by TTS and Jessica when it comes to like the history of Soshi.
Yeah, definitely.
This I love that she gets a lot of like singing. She gets to do the chorus in this, which I don't think I've ever seen her do before, to my knowledge.
Yeah, I knew when when Tiffany, Soyeon, and Sooyoung announced they were leaving, that was the first thing I thought was like, if SNSD does music as 5, like that's a really good for Sunny because she can finally shine as a vocalist. Yeah,
and she's like I said, she's super underrated. Like one of the songs, there's a OST song that she did which I just love again because Sunny's just known for like being like the one that's related to like the one that's related to Isuman besides being like the visual sort of thing. No, she's one of my favorite singers in a group that's stacked with singers. But I mean, it's not necessarily a direction that I was surprised at. It's just I'm really happy that they went in this direction because I'm glad that they're keeping all of like main Soshi and TTS as separate entities, and they're not trying to emulate the sound of either one because I like that this is its own thing. So
yeah, exactly.
It's definitely something that they can iterate upon, definitely. And I don't like just the lead up to this and like the actual release of the video and everything and like the outfits. At this point I'm just like I need to give up. I need to give up and just admit that like Taeyeon's my ultimate bias at this point. I'm sorry. Like it's weird because like I have like other biases in Soshi, but at this point just like Taeyeon is just like it, like the complete thing package, and I'm just like I'm at the mercy of Taeyeon at this point. My favorite album of hers is a goddamn Christmas album, so obviously she's gonna be my
person,
ultimate.
So okay, next we have Sorry from Coco Sori's debut digital single Touch featuring Basic. And you can get into this, and I'll just add my comments.
Okay, so if you watched our favorite K-pop songs of August 2018 last month, you might have noticed that Sori's partner in crime, and Coco released her own solo single. I believe to my knowledge, she funded and produced that and released that all on her own.
Well, it was Make-Starred.
Yeah, Make-Starred. Yeah, so she had to fundraise it. Then a week or two later, Sori releases this, and it's fully funded and promoted
super high budget,
by the company that the company that they work for basically paid all the expenses. So we've got ourselves a huge mess here. And because Coco does a lot of Twitch streaming, because she's friends with a lot of like Twitch, like famous like Twitch streamers for like PUBG and like League and that sort of thing. So she's starting to do
Korean
that with
streamers.
Yeah. And on one of her live streams, somebody asked like, "Oh, did you know about Sori releasing a song?" And she said she was really honest and said like, "Yeah, like the company did not inform me at all, or they kept her in the dark entirely." And she definitely seemed bitter about it, because like she had to basically Coco had to do it all on her own, whereas Sori...
Yeah, I was reading that like her friends helped film the music video and like helped produce the song, and it was Make-Starred. And if you go to the YouTube channel, like it has a teaser and then the music video. But then this song Touch has like literally like 10 behind the scenes videos and just all this promotion, and it was actually promoted on music shows where Coco's song wasn't. And it's just it's just complete. It's very obvious that the company really only cared about Sori's comeback.
Because Sori was on Real Gross Project, also known as Idol Master, and she was on Mix 9 or The Unit. I forget which one she was on. She was on one of those. She was on one of those survival shows and ended up being more pop. I think one might have joined Mix 9 and the other one might have joined or The Unit or something like that. But I know they were, because I follow Coco or I follow her YouTube channel, and I remember seeing something about auditions. So, and at the basically she was at the point where on the Twitch stream where she had to like put up like an away message, and you could kind of hear her crying like off camera, and at this point it's pretty clear that Coco wants out of the industry at this point. Like,
she wants to lean into streaming. Yeah,
because I mean, getting treated like this is definitely like, it put anyone over the edge. Honestly, like she doesn't deserve that at all. And I mean, I say this
total BS.
I say this as someone that really loves Coco Sori and Sori as well. I mean, like I don't take all of this like anger or just like messy situation as us hating Sori in any way. I doubt she had. I'm pretty sure her hands were tied to some degree, but yeah, just I feel really bad for Coco. But I mean, I totally understand if she wants out at this point, because nobody deserves to be treated like this.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, we barely talked about the actual song itself.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
It was okay. It was. The song's okay. Music video is super overly sexual.
Yeah, no, it did not need to be. I mean, I think that's that's the appeal of Sori though. Like,
yeah, that's what they're going for. They're like
if you
sex
see
appeal.
If you see like the stuff she puts out on like Instagram and like some of the videos, like you know what they're going for here. Like it's pretty obvious. So I mean, they probably saw more marketability in that, where I feel like Coco's a lot more innocent. You know, you're like, no looting Coco, no looting her. She's too precious.
But so like that kind of ruined it for me.
Yeah,
the song's okay. Like it didn't blow me away or anything.
Yeah, no, it's just too distracting. It's just like Jacob mentioned this before with another song last month, where it's just too you're basically, it's to the detriment of the actual musical piece, where it's just like, ooh, sexy girl in a bikini that's stripping in front of you. I'm just like, let me listen to the goddamn song and stop attacking my eyes. Because I mean, you're not gonna lie, freaking Sori's hot, man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but yeah, it's like, I don't know, it always just feels cheap in a music video.
Yeah, no, we need to. We're enlightened music enthusiasts. We need substance with our sexiness.
Yeah, we need substance in our K-pop. Okay, let's move on to Super Junior, another SM artist. Their pre-release single "Animals," another Latin-inspired song.
Literally, all I have to say, Despacito 3. This is literally Despacito 3.
Yeah.
And also, what's his name? Daebak, I believe, is taking part in this. Yeah, because he came, like, literally, like, the second he was done, it's just like, all right, you're back in Suju. It's like,
well, they literally picked him up on Super TV.
Like, they
and then he went on vacation with them.
They picked him up from the army.
yeah, they were there so for when he left.
Oh, that's adorable.
They filmed it and like hung out with his fans, and then they drove to the airport and went on vacation.
Oh, that's I'm glad they're still
vacation because it was part of Super TV.
Yeah, but I'm glad that they're all still friends even after all these years. Because damn man, Suju's been around for God knows.
It's been 12 years now.
Yo, there's K-pop fans that are younger than Suju. There are K-pop fans that are born after Suju.
There are idols that are younger than Suju.
Oh my God, why?
Well, maybe not. But
no, there's probably some 11-year-olds.
Soon.
There's definitely some 11-year-old trainees out there. Oh God, that's gonna be
there's
so
definitely
weird.
Trainees. I don't know if there's debuted idols, but we're getting there. It'll only be a few years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next, another SM artist. We have Taemin from SHINee's Japanese single album Eclipse, and holy crap, it's so good. It's just Taemin, like, EDM, and it's amazing, and I want more of it. Like, I heard this song, because it came out of nowhere. Like, there's no promotion. I had no idea this was coming.
Yeah, there's no music video or anything, just
there's no music video. It just released on Spotify, and I listened to it, and I was like, what the hell, this is amazing. Like, why isn't this a full release? And, like, I don't know. I want more of it. Yeah,
I know. I know how popular Taemin is, and like all of SHINee is. So I'm really happy that he got to release this in Japan. And
yeah,
oh man, I'm in love with the instrumental completely. I mean, obviously, I'm a huge fan of anything electropop or like house, and
yep.
It sounds like a collaboration that you'd normally get with like a DJ or something like that.
With a DJ, yeah, exactly.
But it's just him, it's just him, or whoever's producing for him. So whoever produced this song for him, do more of it. Do an entire album of this. I will buy it immediately. Yeah, exactly. And with like freaking Taemin like level choreography, you kidding me? That'd be like the greatest album.
Yeah, that's what the song needs choreo.
Oh. Man, I'm getting myself too hyped because we're never gonna get it.
No, we won't.
Damn
it's not happening. But
God, why are K-pop artists releasing music in Japan so weird? They like barely promote it like this. Come on. Yeah.
Also, it's a cover of the Kim Lip song.
Yeah, it's a cover of Kim Lip's song. Taemin would kill that song. No lie. He'd kill it.
He would. Okay, moving on to the boys' single album, The Sphere, with the title track right here. This is just another amazing song from them. They're like 3 out of 3 for comebacks. Like, they haven't put out anything bad yet.
Like, they technically debuted in 2017, but we did Truly Daebak Awards before they debuted. So we need to sneak them into like the best new artist.
Oh, they're definitely getting nominated.
Like, literally every single we've loved because again we're obviously
so good.
We're obviously very biased towards girl groups just because that's like what we grew it like or listen to primarily. But like literally so don't take this lightly when we say that like every single from a boy group that just like a new boy group especially has impressed us. So like that's the That's the magnitude of that statement right there. Of how much we love the boys.
And it's happened a lot this year because we have Stray Kids and ONF as well. Both of which have only put out like amazing songs.
Like I
don't know what's going on this year.
Yeah, I don't know what they're putting in the water over there, but oh my God, it's like the thing I really have to compare. Like they're basically like a this generation 17. Like they have a lot of members. They do a great job of just all the formations that they use because they have like 13, 14 members or whatever. So it's a lot of people to work with.
Yeah.
They do it so well, and like the style of music that they do is just very reminiscent of early 17. So oh my God, like this is a group this is a group I need to see. This is a group I need to see, like either whenever we go to Korea or if they come here to the US. Like I feel like there definitely seems like there's a lot of hype. Like they have this shit has 10 million views. They debuted less than a year ago and they have 10 million views, and they're not under one of the big three, or they're not BTS. So that definitely says something. That's the power and the boys might be the most popular like of the of like the produce, because again they were on they had members on Produce 101 and Show Me the Money, so this might be easily like the most popular of all the groups to come out of Produce 101. So yeah, they only have an upward trajectory at this point. I love everything they do.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh,
yeah, it's just so good. The instrumentals are just amazing. And then like you said, the choreo and everything's.
You think we'd get tired of it? Because I mean, like, it's kind of similar in sound to Giddy Up, but
yeah,
it's just there's just something so fresh about what they do, what they bring to the table, and I'm glad that they're getting the recognition for it.
Yep. Okay, moving on to the Volunteers, which contains Baekhyun of 15 and their mini album Vanity and People with the title track Sad or SAD.
Oh man,
yeah, I'll let you go first because you picked it.
So I was looking through like the releases list as I do, and I hear this like, ooh, this like alt rock, like indie rock sort of thing, and I love this type of music. This is like this is the kind of music I listen to outside of K-pop. And then I look at the actual like Reddit thread. It says featuring Baekhyun. I was like, wait, what? He's like, what? Because I saw, I was like, ooh, I love girl-led bands, but I never realized until like afterwards it was Baekhyun playing the guitar and doing the vocals for this. So I was just blown away. Like, man, she's been on a roll lately. Because remember that's sort of the Japanese cover song that she did earlier this year. I love that. I love this group. I love how versatile she is. I'm glad she's still making music despite 15 and not really doing anything. Is she still a part of JYP or no?
I have no idea.
I don't think so at this point.
I haven't heard anything. Yeah, I highly doubt it.
Because I mean, if she's doing stuff on her own like this, like probably not. But
yeah. Man,
I really enjoy this project, and even if it ends up being like a sort of side thing to her main like solo music, I want more of it. I want more of it, and I want more people to know about it because Baekhyun's vocals are incredible. Even though like the English lyrics are weird and like she curses a lot or whatever, it's just I love everything about this song.
No, yeah, it really surprised me. I really like her voice for this type of like alt rock. Yeah, I agree. Like the lyrics are weird and stuff, but like it, and I don't know why it had to be in English, but the song is really good, and yeah, her voice is amazing for it.
Yeah, and she's super talented because she's an idol. She's an idol. Like, she was in an idol group. She produces her own like sort of like music and everything. She's in a band and that sort of stuff. So yeah, there's just too much talent here to be wasted right now. So please, everyone, listen to Baekhyun's music so she can get more of it.
Next we have the last of our SM related releases for this topic. We have Tiffany Young's digital single Teach You. And short hair Tiffany is best Tiffany. That's all I need to say.
I still long hair Tiffany is just like super like with the pictures that she has in her the because this is a collaboration with H&M, I believe. The H&M photos, or when she went to like Scotland or something like that, and she's just surrounded by sheep. Like, I love long hair Tiffany like that. So, but what are your thoughts on the actual song, not just Tiffany?
Yeah.
No, I'm asking.
No, yeah. The song itself, I thought's great. I don't know if I like it better than Over My Skin. I can't decide. They're both really good though.
Yeah, they're both solid. And my takeaway from this is that her influence is definitely worn on her sleeve. She's definitely influenced a lot by like the like female singer-songwriter soloist artists that sort of blew up over here in the West. And the one I really sort of got a direct or overt influence, felt an overt influence from was Kimbra. Just like sort of just like really like sassy, like jazzy voice to some degree. I love how like the instrumentals are really busy. Like during like the verses, like there's like a lot of like doom doom, like there's a lot of these like really like weird like synth sounds going on in the background. But I love how the chorus sort of like strips back the instrumentals. It's most of it's just like Tiffany's voice and like the background harmonies carrying the song, and that's how good of a singer she is, where she doesn't necessarily need a strong or a busy instrumentals to sort of carry the song in this sort of way. And yeah, she's 2 for 2 so far. And obviously I have to give shout outs to like
cameos.
My Soshi Bae in Sooyoung, and then Hyoyeon as well. So it's pretty cool that she's still in touch with the rest of them.
Yeah, it was funny because she posted on Instagram before, like, cameos, guess who it is, and it was the back of their heads, and it was, like, blonde and brown-haired. And so we, like, made the joke it was TTS. Original TTS, like, Soyeon had dark hair, Taeyeon was blonde, and Tiffany had the red hair.
Yeah.
Like... Then she revealed it was Sooyoung and Hyoyeon, and we're like, we were close. We got the other couple other members of SNSD.
I got my other Soshi bias, so
yeah. There's no way that eventually that she will release a song with either collaborating with them or with them in the music video. Like,
of course,
I wouldn't be surprised if eventually every SNSD member is in a Tiffany.
Oh, definitely. That's
music video.
Oh, maybe except for Jessica, but
well, yeah.
But that's another story.
Yep. And finally, rounding out the night, we have Very Very's now very, very OST with the title track Super Special.
I don't understand how this is an OST. I
have no idea.
God, but this is the new Jellyfish Boy group, so they are like Vic's. I can't say Vic. They're not Vic's Junior because they're way different. Like and that's a good thing. If they just made them sound like Vic's again, they get destroyed because like Vic's has just sort of been on like this super like sexy like EDM or like house like type inspired feature based type of inspired thing, whereas this. It's a New Jack Swing type song, and it's more like happy-go-lucky, so it's a good sort of contrast, so that they're not gonna get like buried by other member or other groups under the label. But yeah, I really enjoyed this song. I know Cooper's really high on them as well. So yeah. Well, we'll see. There's a trajectory, or there's a path for them here. I mean, Gugudon's pretty popular. Vix is pretty popular. So I mean, if their Jellyfish plays their cards right, they might have a hit on their hands, from what I've heard so far.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, that's it for episode 90. If you comment in the comments that K-pop needs more tropical house, I'll send you this ASOL album.
Is that how you're doing this? Is that how you're getting rid of it?
Comment that K-pop needs more tropical house, and I will send you this album. So I accidentally bought a second copy of ASOL's or Asol. It's Asol.
Awesome.
Asol's Asobi album. It's got 7 tracks on it.
Great artist.
And I will send you this. Yeah, she's amazing indie artist.
She said,
I got one.
She said thank you.
Somewhere I have a thank you.
I cherish this.
Mine's even better. Mine says that she loves truly Daebak.
Oh, seriously?
So,
hey,
yeah.
I wrote her a message and everything. Why did she?
Well, so did I. So because I wrote a message too.
Hey,
and I was the second one. So
I'm
then
your
she was
biggest
like,
fan,
"Oh,
also.
they really like."
I'm your biggest fan. God damn it.
So yeah, comment that K-pop needs more tropical house, and I will send you this indie album, which has nothing to do with tropical house.
And I mean, even if you don't win it, definitely check out her album because she's incredible.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't want the album,
we usually
listen
don't
to her music.
We usually don't like to shill, but she definitely deserves more exposure. So we're gonna do our job to to get her more sales or more exposure in that way. We got anything on the docket so far? I know you got a lot of albums in. Are you gonna unbox any of them or not?
I wasn't planning on it. I don't know. If you want me to unbox anything, comment. I have Dreamcatcher, Uju Sonyo, GWSN.
You can't really.
So yeah,
you can't really unbox Japanese albums, but I have 2 versions of. They're just CDs. They're just CDs and DVDs.
They're just CDs, yeah, just like BDZ. It's just a CD. But yeah, if you want me to unbox any of those, let me know and I'll unbox them. But I wasn't planning on it just because I don't know. It's a lot of effort, and most of our unboxings go pretty ignored. So,
'Cause we do them so late.
but if people want me to start doing them, yeah, that's a problem. You got to get the album like right away, which
you got to get
doesn't
the
work
album
'cause
like before it comes out for whatever
it
reason.
takes several weeks to get here usually. So by the time I get the album and then film it and then edit it and put it out, nobody cares about watching unboxings of it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if you want me to unbox any of those just because you're curious and want to see my thoughts, then let me know. But otherwise, I'm good. Nothing.
Yeah, I don't have anything else. Just concert wise, I know Crush just announced that he's doing a tour, so maybe I might go to that. But again, I'm really trying to hold back because I'm saving up for Korea. Again, like I said, if you're at New York Comic Con, feel free to say hi. Actually, no. You know what I might do? I might do a sign that says, I might just do like a really like cheap ass like hobo style cardboard sign that says "looking for BTS tickets," and then just see if anyone notices that because it's the same day. But otherwise, I don't have anything else. Jacob will be back next week, hopefully. So we won't have to two-man this for too long, hopefully. But yeah, and I know his schedule is pretty hectic. So give him some shout outs. He's at God, what's his Twitter handle again?
I can't remember.
It's at Crimson Mecca.
Yeah. Okay.
I believe. And that's it.
So yeah, that's it for episode 90. Thanks for listening. I forgot to say, check out our Discord.
It's mucho lit.
Follow us on Twitter. Subscribe, like, share, do all that jazz. Yeah. Annyeong.
Stay creamy. I really don't know. I can't think of anything, honestly, other than say than stay creamy.
Stay throbbingly creamy.
Bye-bye. He just checked it on his calculator to see if you weren't lying.
I'm a computer science major. You think I can't add and divide by 3?
Okay, so it's a 9 out of 10. It gets the shiny. It's a truly Daebak album, despite... Oof.
Yes.